Had to stop and refuel. I got authentic tacos that I made at home. Look at that cheese and beef and lettuce. Oh yeah. Want some? I'm about to go in. Oh yeah, got some cilantro in there too. Yes. Hey, what's up, comic book peeps? Welcome to another episode of Direct Edition, the Channels Fair Hall Direct Edition. And today we're going to be looking at the Civil War collection. There are 4 books within these omnibuses. So the main story is not necessarily in the omnibus, but there are 4 like side stories that's in the omnibus. So you have 3 of them right here, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and get into the video and look at them, and just look at how awesome they are, and look at the prices now that they've appreciated their value over time. And yeah, it's going to be a pretty cool video. You guys ready? All right, let's get into the video. Okay, so the first book we're going to start off with from the Civil War Omnibus collection is the Civil War Fantastic Four. I remember this book somewhat, but I don't really remember the whole thing. I just remember that Mr. Fantastic and the Invisible Woman were going through a hard time in their relationship at this time. Ben Grimm kind of stayed out of the Civil War because he would have shifted the tides. He's kind of like Incredible Hulk. If they were involved in the story, you would have 2 big powerhouses on either side. So you had to eliminate them and not have them in the book, which was pretty cool, man. This is where I really got to know the Thing in this book. I've always been a big Thing fan, so but in this book, I kind of like really got into his background a little bit, and yeah, it's pretty cool. So let's take a closer look at it. Wow, so look at the back artwork. The back artwork is none other than Michael Turner. Rest in peace. And this book collects a lot of books. I mean, it collects, let's read it. It collects Fantastic Four, 536 through 543, Black Panther 18 through 25, She-Hulk number 8, and Civil War, Young Avengers, and Runaways 1 through 4. So I might end up reading this one because this one kind of sparked my interest. This one is the more easier one to find. You can find this for probably about $60 still. But you know, the other 3, I had a real problem trying to find them and price them out. But very cool, man. Look at that Michael Turner cover. Now that's awesome. That's awesome. You know what? I can't really show you this without reading the synopsis. So it says, it is an old-fashioned family feud when the Marvel Civil War hits home. Mr. Fantastic embraced the Registration Act, but the rest of his teammates aren't sure he's doing the right thing. They're not shy about expressing it. When the newlyweds Storm and Black Panther embark on a world tour and raise an anti-registration support, the final battle leads the Fantastic Four line up change in unexpected ways. Meanwhile, another member of the Fantastic Four extended family flexes her legal muscles on behalf of scapegoats of Stanford and the New Warriors, and the Marvel's 2 newest teams discover family ties in their own clash with Shield, each other, and a new Marvel boy. That Marvel boy fight with the Runaways was all that in this book, so that's what I remember the most. So pretty cool. Now let's look at book 2. This is my favorite one. This is Civil War: The Underside with David Finch's artwork. You know, that's Eddie Gradoff artwork on the front cover of the first one, so I almost missed that. I didn't even have to look it up. I just noticed Eddie Gradoff, and this is David Finch, Civil War: The Underside. You guys ready? So this is book 2. Let's take a closer look in it. Okay, so here's a cool look at the back. This is, that's Baron Zemo, right? Yes, Baron Zemo, that's the son, teaming up with Iron Man because he was the head over the Thunderbolts, which is like the Marvel's equivalent to Suicide Squad. So let's read the synopsis. It says, the Superhero Registration Act has sent waves and chaos rippling across the Marvel Universe, and even those who make their homes in the shadows can't escape its effect. As Baron Zemo and his Thunderbolts assemble an army of supervillains for the government, the Punisher is keeping busy by killing those deputized do-gooders. Ghost Rider fights against others who've been possessed, and Moon Knight can't choose a side. Plus, Kingpin manipulates Iron Man from jail, and the new team of heroes of Hire makes his mark, and even more. So this book kind of takes everything else and kind of puts it together. You have Civil War, the front line, and you also have the main Civil War storyline. That's not in any of these books, from what I know. They're not in any of these books. So let's look at what it collects. It collects Thunderbolts number 103 through 105, Moon Knight number 7 through 12, Heroes for Hire number 1 through 3, and Civil War, War Crimes, Punisher War Journal 1 through 3, Ghost Rider 8 through 11. So those are a lot of side stories and pretty cool books. Man, this is taking me all the way back to I think it's 2006 when this was released. But it's taking me back. I'm starting to get all those goody memories of reading these books. So yeah, that's book 2. Let's move on. Look at that. It's a lot of 6 fingers interrupt video. Look at that David Finch Moon Knight artwork. It's one of the best series of Moon Knight ever written. Look at that. Just totally awesome. Okay, so we have book 3, which is Civil War Avengers. This is a pretty cool book. That is Adi Gradoff's work on the front. Very awesome. These books are super huge. They're called omnibuses, but like I said, the only one I was able to locate online was the Fantastic Four one, and that one was going for still going for $60. But at one time, all these books were $300 books. Not to say that they're not anymore, but you get that one person that breaks the mold and will bring the prices of the books down because they're selling them for cheap. So we're just going to live turn it, without pausing. We're just going to live turn it. And let's look at this. Look at the Falcon. He looks like super old with a goatee and all that. Please don't fall, because it's a heavy book to catch. So pretty cool artwork on the back. Definitely love New Avengers. I definitely love New Avengers run during this time period. I've always been a big fan of New Avengers. They kind of took the guys I thought that was cool in the Avengers and gave them a spotlight, and also threw Wolverine in there. So pretty awesome. But let's go ahead and read the synopsis. So it says, Marvel Civil War splits Earth's mightiest heroes down the middle. Which side will each of the new Avengers choose? And what will the choice cost them? Captain America goes underground, and okay, hold on, my contact kind of slipped. Captain America goes underground, and Iron Man goes establishment. While the two meet for an uneasy fight, the armored Avenger villain decides it's time to ripe a strike. But even Cap and the Winter Soldier fight for their rights from the shadows. The tragedy looms and will change the face of the Marvel Universe in years to come. Plus, Ms. Marvel takes on the toughest government job of all, training a young recruit, Ariana? I don't know who that is, but I thought it was going to say Kamala Khan, but this is way before Kamala Khan. So this collects New Avengers, Illuminati, 2006, New Avengers 21 through 25, Ms. Marvel 6 through 8, Iron Man, Captain America, Candidates of War 13 through 14, Winter Soldier, Winter Kills, Captain America 22 through 25, Civil War, Confessions of Civil War. That Civil War, Confessions of Civil War was actually when I think, because at the end of Civil War, yeah, Captain America gave up and was instantly killed, and Iron Man was sitting in the room with, I think, Captain America's body, and he was kind of confessing what was going on during the Civil War, and how he didn't want to go to bat with Captain America, but he forced his hand and all that kind of stuff. It was a pretty deep and dark story. So pretty cool. We got one more. Let's do your main event. And this is your main event, one of my absolute favorite books in all of my collecting, even over some of the comic books. This omnibus, Spider-Man omnibus, is one of my favorites because I bought it for $10, and this book continues to hold its value at $500 and above. At one time, this was a $1,000 book, So somebody actually put it online recently for like $3.99, $400, but right behind that book it shoots right back up to $500 and up. So I definitely love this book. This is Spider-Man Civil War, when Peter Parker revealed himself and came out with the Iron Spider costume. Allow my sexy fingers to interrupt your video. Let's flip it. Live turn it. Pretty cool. And boom, there's a pretty cool picture of Spider-Man fighting Captain America. I absolutely have this single issue, which is pretty cool. So let's read the synopsis. So it says, a war brewing among the superhero community. Spider-Man is caught in the middle. Life couldn't be more complicated and more dangerous for Peter Parker. After rushing to the aftermath of the Stanford disaster to avoid victims, Peter travels to Tony Stark's Washington, D.C. White House, where the enactment of the Superhero Registration Act appears imminent. As Marvel Universe brace for the implications of the legislation that will forever change the social states of superheroes, Peter is forced to make an important personal decision. Maybe the most important one of his life. Civil War tears apart the country's heroes. Will Spidey stay true to his decisions? Plus, Peter Parker's civilian life is turned upside down. Spider-Man's faithful friends and fearsome foes react to his public announcement. With hands against him, can Spidey survive the Civil War enact? Or will will his faithful decision cost him what he values the most? So pretty deep. These stories still hold up to this day, and they are very awesome. And I love these books, man. Definitely had to show you when I was in the dungeon fumbling around and I ran across these. Definitely wanted to show you guys these. All right, take it away, Big Fred. So yeah, that was a pretty cool video, man. I definitely love having these books in my collection. I'm going to attempt to read them again. You know, I like to revisit old books I have in my collection. I never like to read them one time, put them up, and never read them again. I feel like that's a waste of a book. So I'm definitely going to probably try to take a crack at these Civil War books again, because they're pretty big. They're pretty awesome. The best one that I like is really not even Spider-Man. It's the Civil War, the Underside. I definitely love that book. So, yeah. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Direct Edition. The channel's Fred Hall Direct Edition. Like, subscribe, share. Remember, words of wisdom. Focus on the ones that show you love, and on the ones that don't show you love, hey, we're just going to keep it rolling without them. The name of the channel is Fred Hall Direct Edition. I pray that everything you touch be successful. And, yeah, be safe out there. I will catch you later. Peace.